Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Before starting the video, if you have not subscribed our channel till now, then please subscribe it. And if you have not watched our previous videos, then watch it. In this video, we will see how to create bean using annotation in Spring. Types of annotations are required. Configuration. Annotating a class with the configuration annotation indicates that the class will be used by Java config as a source of bean definitions. An application may make use of just one configuration annotated class or many. Configuration can be considered the equivalent of XML beans element. Like beans, it provides an opportunity of explicitly set defaults for all unclosed bean definitions. Bean. It is a method-level annotation and a direct analog of the XML bean element. The annotation supports most of the attributes offered by beans, such as init method, destroy method, auto-wiring, lazy init, dependency check, depends on, and scope. How to declare a bean using annotation. As we saw in the previous video, we declared a bean in bean XML file. The same way we can do the same thing, so first need to annotate the class as a configuration and then which method is creating an object, so annotate that method as bean. Let's implement. Let's copy existing project and to make it simple, name as an annotation. So to add annotation in class, need to do something extra, like we need Spring context namespace, then only we can use annotation. Let's check on Spring documentation and copy from there. As you can, there are so many types of example are there, you can use as per your requirement. See, here it is, the context schema. Let's copy this and we'll use in beans XML file. Now we don't need this bean because we will do the same thing from configuration class. Along with this namespace, we will add one simple configuration called context annotation config. That's it for this XML. Now we are ready to add an annotation at class level. Let's create a new class to add bean related configuration, so make it simple. Class name is bean config, as I shown earlier, so let's annotate this class as configuration. Let's create a new method for creating an object of greeting class. Object creation process is very simple. Now need to annotate this method as bean. Let's run and see it's working or not. It's not working because we completed only half of the working. We need to add those changes in the main method also. Now context class is not at all class path, so instead of that we need to use annotation config application context. No XML as a parameter, so instead of XML we'll pass configuration class, so here class is bean config. Let's run again. See, still not working. Why am I doing the wrong thing again and again? Because it will help you to remember the changes. Again, missed something. Now no bean existing in XML and we already changed application context, so now instead of a greeting, we will use greeting class. Let's run again. I hope this time it will work. See, it is working. Hope you remember all the changes we did. So like we added in scope for the bean in XML, the same thing we can do here also. There is an annotation called scope. Set the value as per the requirement like singleton or prototype. This time I set it a singleton. Let's check it's working or not. See, it's working. Like earlier, let's copy the same object and check still object is 1 or not. See, it's working. Printing same object. Same way, change it to prototype. Let's run again. See, now it's creating 2 objects. Let's add multiple config files. Let's copy and create a new project. Make it simple, so name it Annotation Multiple. Let's create a new package so that will keep all config files. Let's create a new package so that will keep all Pojo classes. Just to make it simple, putting in a separate package. Now let's copy greeting class. We are not doing any changes, just copying. Same way, copy bean config as well. So one bean config create a bean for greeting and other configs create a bean for greeting too. Now let's add required changes in application file also. Let's see how to add both the config files. So for this, need to change the reference of context, so instead of application context change it to annotation config application context. Remove bean config from the constructor, because there is a method called register. Let's see how to use register with context. The only thing after call register, need to refresh the context. See, that's it. How simple is it to add multiple bean config files? Let's run and see it's working fine or not. See, it's working fine. Let's see all the changes in one slot. Multiple config independent bean. Let's copy again, and to make it simple, name is annotation multiple dependent. To make it simple, let's copy one of greeting class. So to make it dependent on greeting 3 class, add reference of greeting class. And now for greeting 3 need to create bean, so let's add in bean config class. The code is very simple. In greeting 3 we will add reference of greeting create greeting method. And obviously, annotate this method as bean. Let's add required changes in the main method. Before that, let's run. See, it's working fine. Now let's add code for greeting 3. See how simple is it? Let's run again and see it's working fine or not. See it's working fine. Observe the output. For greeting 1 only one object is created, greeting 3 just using the same because the scope is default singleton. Now let's change it to prototype. Let's run again. Now as you can see, all objects have different hash code. Instead of value, you can also use scope name. Then also the output is same. See it's working fine in all the cases. I hope this video will help you to remember annotation functionality provided by Spring. I hope you like this video, then please subscribe our channel.